upon which the court approved the motion. And we are required to have the 3 grounds substantiated. The 3 grounds cannot be substantiated unless evidence is tendered. Evidence will be tendered in support, evidence will be tendered against. So whichever way, we have to look at evidence from both sides. As being stated, ground number 2, which we have all read, is actually on the cases which number about 30. And it's important because they are mentioned in the motion, they must also be responded to. And unfortunately, they refer to different persons who are parties to those cases, but they are not here. But we have to cite them the way they are. But of course, we cannot go into details that are not in the case. We are restrained from going into details that are not in those cases.
What I also mean is, we do not want to be pigeonholed on one honorable of I'll die all the time, taking 90% of this. If there are 3, can we go to most important?
Honorable Omanyo, I understand your concern, but the truth of the matter is allegation number 2 concerns the said member of parliament. So allow the proceedings, then we will get to conclusion. Please, she has to be mentioned because the sponsor himself included and mentioned her. And we cannot run away. We don't want to hear those stories. But the truth of the matter is we cannot run away now. Unless the sponsor agrees to.
With the draw ground 2, then we'll not mention.
What do you mean? Okay, I think all of us, to help all of us, I think the issue is just don't mention the member adversely. As long as you are discussing, you can discuss her to prove the fact that she is the reason those cases were decided the way they were decided. But be very careful, and it would be walking a very thin line not to disparage a member who is not here, who is not able to respond to the issues that are here.
That's perfectly in order, Honorable Chair, and I'm guided. And in fact, I have no intention. I do acknowledge the difficulties and sensitivities of this matter. But like I say, the mover cannot eat his cake and have it. As long as he's not willing to withdraw ground 2, which is based on those allegations.
But how, and is the truth? How do you withdraw truth?
Honorable Chair, can I proceed to the next?
Just a minute before you proceed. Okay, you can proceed. Okay, you can proceed now.
Let's go to page 252, sir. We are still on your ground 2 about serious reasons for suspecting that the Honorable Lintori has committed a crime under national law. You will confirm that is a letter, sir, from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, correct or incorrect?
I've seen it here.
You will confirm this letter is dated?
I can't confirm, I mean, yeah, I can't.
Okay, let's confirm what it reads.
Yeah.
It reads that it was written on 31st May 2023. That's roughly 1 year ago.
Yeah.
So this letter was actually written before the fertilizer scandal arose, isn't it? Correct or incorrect? The date there, is it before or after the rise of the matter now before the committee?
The committee will determine, because
okay,
this is
fair enough.
The
point is made, Honorable Nami, even if you don't answer. Can you please read the letter beginning with the word? First of all, what is the subject of this letter? The reference?
The committee will decide.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I said,
Honorable Chair, I'm inviting you to know the witness is not answering questions so that I save on time. Can you read for us?
I thought, Madam Chair, I'm allowed to even just keep quiet. If I think the questions he's asking don't make sense, you guided that I can keep quiet.
You have no power, sir, to decide whether my questions make sense, so please read the letter for us.
But the chair directed that I can keep quiet.
Honorable Chair, I request that you direct the witness to read the letter, beginning with the word investigations on the body.
You read that letter.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, where, Chair? Investigations on the above matter were conducted by the Directorate, and the resultant file forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODP.
Go on.
The ODPP, via his letter referenced ODPP, come one dated 11 May 2023, advised that the file be closed with no further police action.
So the ODPP advised that this matter, the very matter you want Honorable Linturi removed from office, was investigated, reviewed, and the file closed, not yesterday, not last month, not 2 months ago, but 1 year ago on 11th. Do you still wish, sir, to maintain ground 2 of your motion now that you've seen this letter?
Madam Chair, let the committee go through those cases.
Fair enough.
And go through the content. It brings the character in the minister.
Let's go to 253, sir.
Cases.
Let's go to 253.
So the Wakili wants to have a blanket, look good on TV about this thing, but you can't sanitize the fact that fake fertilizer and people are dying of hunger because of that.
Sir, let's go to the decision at page 253. You confirm that is a decision of the High Court of Kenya in civil case number E086 of 2019. Correct or incorrect?
I can see the High Court of Kenya,
Good.
Republic of Kenya, court name, Milimani.
That's
High
one
Court.
of the cases, sir, cited in your motion. I now want you to read page 261, the part that is highlighted, because that part was in favor of the Honorable Linturi. You confirm the court not only upheld Honorable Linturi's claim, but it actually awarded him a sum of 21 million shillings and the other figures given there. True or untrue?
Where do you want me to read?
On page 261. Is it not true that the first defendant's counterclaim?
Madam Chair, is this relevant, really?
It is you, sir, who has brought the case to us.
Yes, the content of this case brings out, it justifies. Why 33 cases? Why don't you have cases, you?
So are you telling this committee, Honorable Anami, if the High Court has ruled...
I'll read. The first defendant's counterclaim is allowed on terms that judgment is entered for the first defendant against the plaintiff, second, third, fourth, jointly and severally for a sum of 21 million with the interest at a court rate from the dead.
And I'm telling you, that's actually a decision in favor of the Honorable Linturi. On the very same matter you want him removed from office, the High Court not only upheld his claim, but actually awarded him a whole 21 million shillings. Okay, let's go to the next decision, sir. Now, page 263. This is one again of the 32 cases. This is the Environment and Land Court case number E393 of 2021. Correct or incorrect?
Madam Chair, I still insist that you have all these documents. The relevance of this to me.
Please answer my question, sir.
Okay, proceed.
Order, Honorable Wamboka. You know what we are doing. We are doing the cross-examination. And what the council is doing is the right thing. Just respond to the questions, please.
Proceed, Wakil.
In this ruling, did or did the judge not rule in favor of Honorable Linturi?
I've not read it.
Okay.
Where should I read it?
We'll address it in submissions, but I'm putting it to you there. It's in black and white. The judge ruled against the honorable member for a day and in favor of their respective companies and their dispute. I was hoping I would avoid following your guidance, going into the details. But for me, what matters is that the judge ruled in favor of the Honorable Linturi. Let's go, Honorable Anami, to page 263. You will confirm the complainant there is the Honorable Member for Aldai on the face of it, isn't it?
Yes.
And of course, the defendant is the Honorable Linturi, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you aware, have you read this ruling to confirm that the judge again ruled in favor of Honorable Linturi?
I've read these cases, yes.
So the judge ruled in favor of Honorable Linturi. Let's go to page 278.
Madam Chair, in a case, you do not only consider the ruling. There is a lot. Why are you laughing?
It's because I'm wondering what cases are about if it's not about judgments and rulings.
Counsel, you really cannot intimidate me. The real fact out of this is that whether Honorable Linturi's character is questionable or not. And when you go through, protect me from Wakili, who is also my friend, kindly. Yeah.
You are well,
murmuring loudly.
honorable member.
You are murmuring loudly.
You are well protected.
So I will invite you, when you now, when you go to write your judgment, please go case by case. All the 33 of them. The good lawyer is trying to be very selective in the manner he wants to bring out his points, but the judgment is with you. Proceed.
As a matter of fact, sir, so that we can even wrap this area, because I don't have to show you all of them.
No, just
Maybe
go through
before
them.
you proceed, Honorable Wamboka, you have mentioned matters to do with the character of the CS. And I think what we are looking at is that means it is his office, his performance, and his work. But let us not...
Madam, my charge is that reasons to believe, serious reasons for a crime. And honestly, on this, even the Constitution itself, the threshold is very low.
Fine.
It talks of serious reasons, not serious crimes. Yeah.
So I'll put it to you, Honorable
You can't
Wanami,
comment about that, of course.
because that's not my job, sir. I'm here to ask you questions. You will confirm again the document, which is a judgment at page 287, was a decision in favor of Honorable Linturi. Correct or incorrect? I think the point is made. Let's go to 306. Are you at 306, the Honorable Anami?
Yes, I'm there.
That is yet another High Court decision. We've just finished the Court of Appeal one in favor of Honorable Linturi on the matters you've raised in ground 2. Correct or incorrect?
This is now about 4 out of 33.
As a matter of fact, out of the 33, do you have any that was ruled against Linturi?
The committee has every evidence.
Be
and they will go
concluding,
through it.
please.
I will take you, sir, to 361.
In fact, more than that. More than that.
It's 1 hour, and we are concluding.
Honorable Chair, because of the interjections, I had already said you give my learned friend 20 minutes.
Well, at some point, the
So I
clock
can
was
ask
not
2
working.
questions, then cede the floor to him. I'll crave, given all the interjections. A good chunk of my time was actually spent on the interjections. Mawera will not take more than 20 minutes, and I'll only ask 1 question, then he can take the floor.
No.
Dr. Rachel?
Well, Chair, for consistency, since we did that in the morning for the Honorable Wamboka's team, I think...
No, we were not added any minute for the record. No. And Chair, I'm worried because we have witnesses, and looking at the time you have to finish this matter, if we go on like this, we may need 2 weeks. And you know we have timelines.
Chair, just allow me, kindly, Chair.
Honorable Jane?
I think it is very important that the honorable member understands that if he only responded to the questions council was asking, we would save a lot of time. And it is not that, you know, as a practicing advocate, I am pained to see how he's belaboring to get a simple answer from you. So kindly, even when we have the other team presenting, let us respond to questions so that we can move and get the gist of the matter.
Well guided.
Chair, I would also want to be on record that we actually added him some time because of the interruptions that we've had. So it is not correct to say that it was not added time
Chair,
in the morning session.
This is a
So
house
if
of
we need to
records.
add time, we should add because he was also added.
Okay,
Chair,
Honorable Rachel.
This is a house of records.
We were not.
The concerns, yeah.
Yes, I just want to confirm that in the morning we added time to his team, and this can be confirmed. And for consistency, I think we need also to be kind to both parties. Just a few minutes.
Chairs, 1 minute. You
that-
remember in the morning I kept saying, I have finished. When you reminded me about time, I said, I've finished. I'm just trying to buy time. You did not add any time to us.
Honorable Wamboka, just give you.
And you know, in our rules, we did set a timeline and we did set a timetable. We've already breached it, which was unfortunate because we needed to have deliberated as a committee and agreed whether we will be adding time. Now, we have opened up a Pandora's box. If we are going to start this process, then everybody can keep asking for additional time. The Honorable Wamboka will ask to cross-examine for another 30 minutes or whatever it is. So I don't know, we need to be careful because again we have the timelines. We have to finish some business today. We also have business for tomorrow. We have to have their closing submission. So I don't know whether the extension of time is really necessary. But at the same time, I also wouldn't want to deny an opportunity for any question that is important also to be asked so that we can also, you know, appraise ourselves with what is really going on.
Chair, I think it is also on record from your end that during when he was presenting, you actually said that we'll add him some time because of the interruptions, because we are saying that the clock should be stopped, but you said, no, let it go on. We are taking note of that. We'll add you, and it's on record.
Thank you,
So I don't think
Honorable
we should-
Moses.
And Chairman, maybe for future, beginning with this one, when council asks for a question, which requires just yes or no, but then the respondent says yes, but proceeds to do an explanation, whose time is the respondent eating into? Thank you.
Thank you. I think we can conclude on this. We have delayed because Honorable Wamboka, instead of just responding, has been debating in some cases. So because of that, we will add you not 20 minutes, but at least 15 minutes. So proceed.
Much obliged. My last question to you is the delivery note. You will agree, the Honorable Wamboka, that that's a letter dated 20th December 2023, correct or incorrect?
Yes.
It is a letter by the Honorable Linturi, correct or incorrect?
Yes.
This date of 20th December again is long before the scandal we are now dealing with, correct or incorrect? You don't have
Not
to
sure.
agree,
Not
but
sure.
we need to hear your answer.
Not sure.
Not sure, good. Now read for us this letter that Linturi wrote to the NCPB. It's enough if you read the parts that have been highlighted. What did the Honorable Linturi?
There is therefore need to ascertain the quality and composition of fertilizers before delivery to ensure that farmers get the right fertilizer to suit their planting requirements and boost agricultural productivity. Ask the suppliers to confirm in writing the fertilizer chemical composition they will supply before delivery.
You will agree based on this letter, sir, and it has a delivery.
Honorable Chair, my name is Boniface Morero. Honorable Wamboka, you've talked about, you made heavy weather in your exam in chief about some letters that were signed by the PS and were copied to the Cabinet Secretary. And in your motion, I want to refer you to those letters. turn to page 263 of your motion. Are you there? Is that letter on page 263 of your motion that was signed by the PS, is it copied to the Cabinet Secretary? Yes or no?
I said some. This is not copied.
It is not copied.
Yeah, I said some.
The letter on page 264. Is it even signed? Can we tell the person under whose hand this letter was issued?
I responded in the morning and said there's a page you are lacking.
So we cannot tell under whose hand this letter was issued, correct?
Given time, we can. We can bring.
At the moment, can we tell or not?
I already talked about it in the morning.
It's a yes/no question. Can we tell?
No.
On the face of this document, can we see who signed this letter?
No.
On page 265, the next page, is that letter by the PS copied to the CS?
No.
Go back to page 260, page 262. Just like the letter on page 264, can we tell under whose hand that letter was issued? Is that letter signed? Yes or no?
This is just a filing mistake. It is not.
It is not signed.
Yeah.
Turn with me to page 267. Just like the other letters, is that letter signed? Can we tell under whose hand it was issued?
Yes, it is signed.
By who?
It's a continuation. 267, the next one is continuous.
Okay.
By Dr. Kiprono Rono.
No, on my bundle, Honorable Chair, page 267 is not signed.
This is a continuation of this. It continues here. Yeah.
Okay, Honorable Chair, I think that was a filing mistake because on mine, as you can see, page 267 and page 268, there is a missing signature part there.
Chair, just a minute. 267 is one letter. It continues to the next page. That is why we have not paginated it to 268. 268 goes to the next.
Okay, on mine, then there was an error on your part, but let us move away from that.
No, it's not an error.
It's an error because on mine, it does not flow.
Order.
Chair.
We will not allow you to continue arguing. I can just confirm even my file does not have page 268.
Can I explain to you, Chair? Just briefly.
260?
267,
yes.
There is the next page is not paginated because it's one letter.
Yeah.
267 and the next page. So the next page therefore becomes 268.
In my bundle, you did not serve me that letter. Let it go on record.
I did not have.
In my bundle, the one that I was served with, that part is not there.
Which
Order.
But we can move. We can move away from that.
Yeah, we can move
can
away.
move on.
But
We can
I have
move
just
on.
received
Yes.
one of the files that has the other side of the page,
Yeah.
which confirms that Dr. Kiprono Rono.
Yes. Yeah.
But we can move on. We can move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
These are small photocopying mistakes, trivial mistakes.
Honorable Amboka.
Honorable, and
Turn with me.
Council, please let us allow the Vice Chair to say something.
Very well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I also am suffering the same fate that you have raised, that some of them don't seem to be signed. But the fact that some of the documents have a second page which is signed might also mean that, the filing of our records or our documents has a problem. Yes. I don't know whether we are going to apportion blame to the sponsor, because if some of the documents here are signed and some are not signed, then maybe that's something we may need to discuss later.
Very well, Vice Chair. I am guided accordingly. My only point was, of all those letters that he said were copied to the CS, I believe only one that I have seen is copied to the CS. All the others, close to 10, none was copied to the CS. That is the point, and I believe the point is made. So, Honorable
Can I respond to that?
Turn to page 9
Can I
of your
respond to
motion. No, but the point, we've moved on from that.
Page?
Or do you have any other letters that are sent by the CS? Do you have them?
I said some letters.
Only one.
But
in your
it was
document.
signed by the PS.
Very well.
And the reason we
Stand
put
with me to
most of
page
the
9.
data-
Order, we are not here to argue. Ask the question and honorable member respond to the question, please.
Turn with me to page 9 of your motion. Page 9 of the motion. Page 9 of your, under the allegation 3C, the allegation is gross misconduct. And you accuse the CS. In fact, it is, I'm sorry, Chair, it is page 10. It is page 10, where you accuse the CS of misleading the public by submitting false information to the Departmental Committee on Agriculture.
Yes.
That what was distributed, this GPC, the atomaceous is soil condition and not fertilizer. Now, I want to refer you to page 361 of our volume, of our response, of our affidavits. And as you look at page 361, look at page 85 of the motion.
361.
Yes, 361 and 85. 361 of our affidavit of our response and 85 of your motion.
Just a minute, let me get there.
For purposes of time, Chair, you allow me to read what you've submitted in evidence as a submission by the CS to the Departmental Committee. Roman 3 on page 85, that the product supplied by 51 Capital Limited was not sold as chemical fertilizer but as soil conditioner. This is the allegation, correct?
On
Page 85, this is the allegation.
Let's go there. Relax.
Can I show you?
85, I'll get it. Relax.
Roman 3, you will agree with me that your allegation is that the CA submitted to the Departmental Committee that what was applied by 51 Capital was not sold as chemical fertilizer but as soil conditioner. That is your allegation, correct?
Yes.
Now, turn with me to page 361. That is the agency agreement between NCPB, not the CS, NCPB, and 51 Capital African Diatomite Industries. Are you there?
I said as submitted to the committee.
As submitted to the Departmental Committee.
Yes.
This is the agency agreement.
I'm talking about what is submitted to the committee.
Very well.
Yeah.
I want you to look at that agency agreement and show me
where
the word fertilizer is used.
Where have I mentioned this? Yeah, be within
Just
context.
turn to the agreement.
But be within context. I said the parliamentary.
Turn with me to page 362 of our response.
Yeah.
What products are being supplied?
See, you're answering your own, you are framing your own questions.
Just read out what products are being supplied by 51 Capital.
Madam Chair, let me seek your guidance here. On my motion, I've referred to what he submitted to the Committee of Agriculture. My good Wakili is taking me elsewhere.
Chair,
so
can
what
I
am
clarify?
I supposed to do?
On page 85, what the CS says under Roman 1 is that the NCPB signed an agency agreement with 51 Capital. Correct or incorrect? These are your documents.
Well, what the CS told.
These are your documents.
What the CS told the Committee of Agriculture about soil conditioner.
No, I'm saying the CS said, that is Roman 1.
It talks the CS lied to the Agriculture Committee.
That is what you say.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, before the committee, the CS said there was an agency agreement signed on 31st.
To what he presented to the committee?
Yes, Roman 1. I am there. Read out Roman 1 on page 85. It's 85.
Madam Chair, maybe with regards to whatever Council is asking, let it be clear that whatever that I want Mr. Amboka to refer to is a document by Mr. Linturi, not him. He doesn't have the contents of that document. Yes,
but
it's
this is
part of the records, it's part of this house, but he didn't author that document. We cannot, because this is on the same. We cannot.
Page 85.
It starts from page
The
77.
point here is,
Yes.
Yeah,
the point here is,
It starts from page 77. His response.
yes,
I
is
just
submissions
read his response, submission
to the departmental committee.
Yes.
Correct, yes. But the CS said at Roman 1 about this agency agreement, the one that is detailed at the 1st of March 2022. Correct or incorrect?
Where are you reading?
Page 85.
Page 85. Time is
Chair,
moving.
you have to have in just 2 minutes because clearly it's frustrating.
No, just read.
Roman 1 on page 85. What does the CS say?
NCPB signed agency agreement with 51 Capital Africa Diatomite Industries on that day for supply.
That the 1st of March 2022, correct?
Yes.
Was Honorable Medical Intoria CS by the 1st of March?
Who has said?
No, I'm just asking. Was he a CS?
Of course he was not a CS.
Okay.
Who has said he was a
Then
CS?
turn with me to page 361. Is that the document dated at the 1st of March
Of which
2022?
document? I mean, of which? Mine or yours?
Of my response, of the CS's response, not mine.
361.
Is that document dated at the 1st of March 2022?
Yes.
Is that an agency contract?
Yeah, it's written an agency
Now,
contract.
I want you to peruse that entire document. It is from page 361 to page 365. And tell me where it uses the word fertilizer.
I will need time to do
In
that.
fact,
I will need time
on
to
page
do that.
362, what products are to be supplied by 51 Capital?
Concluding now. Time is up. Please.
I'm guided, Chair. You will agree with me that on page 362 rather, in the agreement, the principal, who is 51 Africa Diatomite Industries, is desirous of selling a variety of products. Does it state fertilizer?
I need to go through it.
Is GPC diatomaceous listed among those products?
I need to go through it.
In fact, in the entire agreement, is the word fertilizer used even one time?
I have not gone through it, but listen, the component, what constitutes
My last
fertilizer?
question to you,
The
my last
chemical
question to
components
you.
of fertilizer.
Was the subsidy program in existence on the date of this agreement?
The subsidy.
In your motion, you say it began with the Kenya Kwanza administration. So clearly, it was not.
Can I tell you, if you look at manifesto of Kenya Kwanza, it is Dr. William Ruto, the head of Kenya Kwanza government, who spoke about subsidy of fertilizer.
Thank you. It was not there as of the 1st of March 2022. You agree?
Time is
correct?
up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for your
Thank you,
intelligence,
Council.
Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Wamboka.
Thank you.
Maybe Chair, I'd like to exam to correct some
You
issues.
can donate it. Please.
Honorable Wamboka, we are supposed to do the re-examination by your council, and that is just 10 minutes, please.
I'll take 3 minutes, then Council will assist me in doing the final part. Honorable Wamboka, issues have been raised as to regards to the crux of your motion.
As regards to?
The content, the basis of your motion.
Yes.
Can you confirm to this House that, can I refer to page 2?
Yes.
That the basis of your motion is gross violation of the provisions of the Constitution, particularly Section 10, Article 10
Yes.
of the Constitution.
Yes.
And can you confirm to this House that that article mandates the CS to be transparent?
It does, in fact, read together with 73, mandates the CS to be open.
And confirm to this House that from the video clip that we played, the CS was not transparent.
He was not transparent. He continued giving very different views of what he understands of the fertilizer scandal. As it was seen, replayed here, he saw it.
Do you know that the courts have ruled that violation of Article 10 and any other written law constitutes gross violation?
Exactly, and that is why I put this motion. And in the considered opinion of our Speaker, Dr. Moses Wetangula, it met the threshold.
And as per your chief examination in chief, you did confirm to this House that indeed the CS did not follow the procedure when he appointed the committee instead of the board.
He did not follow that which Constitution expected him shall. He did not actualize that. In fact, on the basis of that only, he needs to be home yesterday.
Then kindly confirm to this committee that from the clip that we played there, the CS confirmed procuring the fertilizer.
He kept talking about we. We. My understanding of basic English, we, it means you are part of it.
Finally, you've been referred to page 77 of your document.
Yes.
Did you prepare that document?
No.
Do you know the contents of that document?
It was prepared by the Honorable Mithika Linturi, presented to the Committee of National Assembly for Agriculture.
And can you confirm this is a public document once it's presented?
It is a public document. Once it's presented to the House, it becomes a public document.
I want to refer you to their documents, particularly page 361.
May I use? May I borrow your? Page?
361. The agency contract. 361.
Yes, I'm there.
What are the parties in that contract?
361?
361. Maybe you can use this one.
No. Else.
Just take this one. Who are the parties in that agreement?
National Cereals and Produce Board and 51 Capital.
Are you a party to that agreement?
No, I'm not.
Were you there when it was being negotiated?
No.
Do you know the contents of that agreement?
As I can see, but I was not part of it.
I don't have my time to listen here.
Yes, yeah.
Let me ask just to assist let me ask you. Yes, I want to I'm here to assist you. Yeah. Let me just assist you. Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Ombo, I ask you a very simple question.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very simple question. Please answer the question. The honorable members don't want us to waste time at all. They are very busy people.
Yes.
Yes. Now, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, very simple question. Now, who is the head of the Ministry for Agriculture?
The Honorable Franklin Mithika Linturi, who is seated here.
Who is there?
Yes.
And so he is responsible to make sure that things are working very well, smoothly.
Yes, as he confirmed in the videos.
Yes. And if something goes wrong, who would be asked?
The buck stops with him.
Yes.
The Minister, Honorable Linturi.
Yes. Good. Now, now there is the closing of the factory. You remember you told
Yes. Yes.
Honorable members of Agriculture.
In a document presented to this House.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that regular or not regular?
It was irregular because nowhere in his responsibilities as a minister do I come across any such action. In fact, it's criminal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I know you didn't go to the law school. The way
Yes.
Camino did.
Yes.
And did very well.
I'm planning to go.
Yes. You're planning to.
I can deal with my friend.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, would you, closing of a factory, would you classify it as a civil matter or as a criminal matter according to the
It's criminal. It's criminal. It's very criminal.
criminal.
Yes, it's very criminal.
Okay, very
Yeah.
criminal.
Yeah, you're sabotaging a whole enterprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, did you go to school the way Camino did?
Not in law school. I'm planning to go to the law school.
You're planning, no, apart from school,
Yes.
getting some other qualifications as well.
Yes.
Did you go to university?
Yes.
You did?
Yes, I
Did
did.
you?
Yes,
I
very well.
see.
Yeah.
What did you get? A degree?
Yes, a degree.
Okay.
Yes.
Bachelor of Arts?
Yes.
Yeah. In which discipline?
Political science.
Political science.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Political science is a very, very respected qualification. Yeah. In fact, yeah, it's a little bit just below forward. Now, another question I would like to ask you is this. You have been a member of parliament.
Yes.
Yeah. For which constituency?
Bomula constituency, Bungoma County.
Yeah. How many times?
This is my
first time.
This is my first time.
This is,
I'm a first-time member of parliament.
you are
Yes.
first time member of parliament.
Yes.
You know, in the parliament, you have got some little things called committees and what and so on.
I chair a public investments committee on governance and education.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Now, there was a reference to a charge sheet. You remember? Yeah. A charge sheet.
Yes.
No, yeah. You remember? There was a reference to a charge sheet.
Yes.
Do you know anything about this charge sheet?
Which charge sheet?
A charge sheet, a criminal charge sheet was shown to you.
About Dinesh?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I think Kiambu it was.
Yes,
Kiambu
yes, yes.
Shown. Yeah. What would you like to tell the honorable members about this charge sheet?
The members who were charged, I think it's intimidation
Yes.
from the government.
Yes.
And trying to cover up.
Yes.
So that the real people who are in charge of the ministry
Yes.
are not brought to book.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a preemptive thing.
Yes.
The day this motion went through in Parliament
Yes.
is the day this thing came up in Kiambu.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, be bold.
Yeah, your
You
guess is
are
as
member
good
of
as
parliament
mine.
too.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
bold.
That people are
Would
trying
you
to
say
cover
the-
up.
Would you
That
say the charge sheet is corrupt?
I may not say corrupt,
Yes.
but indeed they are trying to cover up so that the real people are not brought to book.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Now, let me go on. They talk about procurement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Procurement is a process.
It's a process. What do you
Honorable
mean,
Committee.
when
Procurement starts at a policy level. Who drives the policy of a ministry is the minister. Yeah. That is where procurement starts.
Yes.
Procurement is a process.
Yeah. Procurement
Is a process.
Honorable Amboka, time is moving. You have 1 minute.
Yeah.
Council.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Thank you again. I thank you again. You have been very generous, and may I say I thank you so very much. Yeah. Now, one final question. One final question.
Yes.
Why did you proceed against Mr. Linturi, Honorable Linturi?
Nothing.
Who appears to be a family friend, you wine together, you drink together, you eat together, and probably you do some other things together. Why did you decide to
I've been disturbed because the affected people, some of them my constituents and Kenyan at large, it is an issue that they have suffered, and nowhere else they look at us to provide to them solutions, solutions such as this. Yeah, nothing personal. In fact, after this, he will remain being my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you remember, Hamino, when he was talking, addressing the honorable members, he referred to something called portfolio corruption.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Portfolio corruption, the same thing as ministerial corruption.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember very well.
Yeah.
And all this that is happening in a ministry,
Yes.
I would refer to it as ministerial corruption.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And you are asking the honorable members, selective committee.
Senior counsel, time is.
I'll sit down. Let me just finish the question. You are asking
In the same spirit.
You are asking the honorable members to use this opportunity to eradicate portfolio corruption in the country.
Portfolio and ministerial corruption
Thank you very much.
must be eradicated.
Thank you.
And will be eradicated.
Thank you.
And I said we have faith
Thank you.
in this honorable committee. And
Yeah.
Kenyans are watching.
Yeah.
Kenyans are
We are
good thing.
Honorable Amboka, we are adding you 5 minutes.
Yes.
Please conclude.
Yeah.
No, you remember the Learned Council said that he himself does not go to church regularly. He's not religious.
I'm very religious.
You are very religious.
Mm.
And you comply with our constitution, which says that we pay respect to the Almighty God. That's the first sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I
all
believe that
all
in
Kenyans
just.
are supposed to be religious,
Yes.
except the Learned Council. Is that correct?
That is his choice.
Yes.
That is his choice, yeah. But all of us and no one should suffer in
Yes.
the hands. No Kenyan
Yes.
should suffer in the hands
And
of
you have
another
tried-
Kenyan.
You have tried as much as possible to be honest and to tell the court truth.
I can carry the Bible again.
Committee.
Everything I've said is true.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
truth, nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the
And the truth shall
yeah,
set me free.
Yeah, so that you can see Honorable Minister go back to his rural home.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. I thank you sincerely.
Thank you. Okay. Three minutes.
Madam Chair, we are done with the witness. Can take
As to the committee, we donate the time to the senior counsel.
Thank you so much. I want to invite the members of the committee. If they have any clarification, please do, and let us limit to 2 questions, 2 minutes. Sir George?
I think he can note I think he can note from his seat, and then he can respond from there, so that we don't keep him standing for too long. If we can just be quick, and then we are able to. Now, my question, the clarification I wish to seek, and it may be from the witness or even his counsel, is on the Fertilizer and Animal Foods Act, in which the witness kept on saying it provides that the cabinet secretary shall. Unfortunately, I was not able to find those words, and I need to be helped to find them. Number 2, on it again, he kept on saying that the cabinet secretary had not operationalized the act. Yet he went ahead to appoint a committee. That does not rhyme, because if it was not operational, a committee could not have been appointed. Then he went on to say that failure to appoint the board was in contravention of the law. Which particular section of the Fertilizer and Animal Foods Act provides that the board must be appointed by a specific date? And on that alone, I go to the documents of the mover sponsor of the motion at page 267, in which the cabinet secretary is accused of having appointed a committee instead of a board. I have looked at the letter, and it is signed by the principal secretary, not by the cabinet secretary. I require clarification why this act of the principal secretary is directly attributed to the cabinet secretary. And finally, the witness...
Your time is up, Honorable. Please, just conclude.
Thank you. What I wanted to know is the closure of Kell Chemicals. I wasn't able to find the documents relating to this, but it was stated that it's a serious criminal offense. So if a statement was made, this is a serious criminal offense, it is contrary to what law? Because it is important to cite the law that has been offended. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I allow another member to come, we will have 3, and then you will respond. And Honorable Wamboka, just know that the clarification or the questions are to you. Moses?
Chair, the mover of the motion kept on insisting that we have to invite the PS as a witness. Now I'm looking at all these letters which the PS ordered. None was copied to the CS, and when I look at these contents, if we have to have these letters, if we were to invite the CS, what additional information, I mean the PS, what additional information would the PS provide to this committee? Secondly, and the last question, it's not clear yet in my mind, because here the main accusation is the CS authorized the supply and distribution of fake fertilizer. It's not yet clear in my mind the connection, the nexus between the CS authorizing the purchase and distribution of the fertilizer as per the document we have. Thank you.
Dr. Rachel.
Chair, it's in line with the 4 letters that have been written, some signed and others not signed, but I would like to ask which amongst the 4 can we link directly to the CS? 2, I would like to ask that we saw several videos. Is there a possibility of a document or a video which can show this committee that the cabinet secretary threatened the director? Just some form of evidence that can be presented. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Council. Can you respond to that, please?
Of order, Madam Chair. On
Yes.
a point of order, who is supposed to respond to the committee's comments? Is he, if he wants to respond, can you then swear him as a witness of the Honorable Wamboka?
It is the witness, and in that case,
unless we are in a kangaroo court. And Honorable Dr. Kaminwa knows this. Let him not pretend that he doesn't know.
You said either, you mentioned counsel.
Since it is the witness to respond.
My ears are still sharp. You mentioned counsel.
Senior counsel, I know that. It is the witness to respond.
I see.
Yeah, please.
But could you let me then clarify something which is legal? You
can contribute after the witness. Let the witness first respond. Then if you want to assist, you can come in.
I think it was the word shall. That's what I wanted to assist the select committee on. The word shall. You say it so very clearly. I have got very sharp ears and very sharp brain cells.
I agree. You have sharp ears, Senior Counsel.
You said shall, and it's only on shall which I wanted to assist the honourable members. It was raised by my...
Fine. Continue, and then Honorable Wamboka, please come and respond.
Yeah, I think you better honor your word. It's not fair to let me stand and then to tell me now you cannot answer it.
I've allowed to you, Senior Counsel.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mr. Munakari, I cannot pretend that I don't know you. I've known you for many years. We have walked together in the corridors and done cases together and so on. And we still continue to be friends, although now you're on the other side. Now, Mr. Munakari, there is an act called Fertilizers Act. This act seems to have come into operation sometime before 2022. Now, if you look at you look at our record, page 250, I would respectfully refer you to page 250, 2A. There is establishment of the board. Establishment of the board. There is established a body to be known as Fertilizer and Animal Foodstuffs Board of Kenya. And then 2B, there is functions of the board. It sets out the functions in detail. And then finally, Honorable Member, 2C refers to membership of the board. But then there is 2C1, there is an emphatic sentence, only one sentence which I would like to refer you to. It says, the chairperson competitively sourced and appointed by the cabinet secretary. The chairperson competitively sourced and appointed by the cabinet secretary. And the complaint of my client is that the Honorable Lunturi never appointed a chairperson to the board. He never set up the board. And this not having set up the board is probably one major cause of the problems that we have. Yes. Please, I hope I have assisted. I've answered you. As you smile,
it has become murkier than it was.
I am most grateful to you. And
Through chair.
May I say that
Through chair.
this came to our notice when the my client had now handed to us this brief to appear for him. That's why through a lot of research and hard work that we were able to come across this particular statute. In other words, our complaint to the Honorable Minister that he never invoked this body, this board. Instead, he went and set up something else, an animal not known to the law. Thank you.
Sponsor, come forward, please, and respond to the questions.
Madam Chair. Thank you so much. I didn't know that this was going to be such a heavy exercise in terms of time. But for Kenyans, we are ready and continue being ready. My lawyer has talked about the Act. The law directs that the minister was supposed to operationalize the Act. He did not do. And where it interprets, it defines a cabinet secretary as a cabinet secretary for the time being in charge of matters relating to agriculture. And that person is Honorable Mithika Linturi. Now, among the functions of the board, Madam Chair, they are listed here: procurement, importation, and efficient and timely distribution of subsidized fertilizer. That the Constitution, in the Act, it contemplated a scenario where we were going to have a subsidized fertilizer, and moves and appropriates that function to this body. At no point does it talk of National Cereals and Produce Board. No, not anywhere. It's not the function of National Cereals and Produce Board. It is the function of...
Honorable Wamboka, please refer to the question that you are answering.
Yeah.
And do not debate. Answer the question
The
so
minister,
that we save time, please.
My brother was asking how...
Brother, you have so many brothers there.
My future learned friend. My future learned friend.
George or another one?
George. Gitonga. Murugara. He talked about this. It is clear in law, no other body The law does not give this mandate to any other body except fertilizer board. Now, my lawyer talked about what the minister should do with regard to operationalizing. He has to appoint people, ensure third rule, and all that. What was so difficult for the minister not to appoint this board? That's the elephant in the room. Now, on the closure of the factory, among the functions of this board, among the function, one of them is to regulate the importation of raw materials for the manufacture of animal foodstuff, inspect and test fertilizers. Inspect and test, Madam Chair. That is not the role of the minister. It is not the minister to go in the field and bring down close people's enterprises. No. No. Is he supported by law? In the functions, the law says licensed manufacturers, distributors, and retailers of fertilizers and animal, on the recommendation of Director of Agriculture. In the issue of license, it is the minister has no role to take away anyone's license in law, unless you disapprove me in law. Then, honestly, some of the, Madam Chair, some of the problems we have is that there are photocopying problems. Some content was left out. You cannot say that is my mistake. If you give me 1 hour, or you direct that by tomorrow we'll have all that, I will gladly do that, because they're there. Those are small photocopying mistakes which cannot be relied on for a matter that is serious and of serious magnitude, such as what we are discussing. My brother from home, Honorable Malulu, you said you've looked through the letters and you have not seen any letter. I think that I cannot answer because the committee has the answers. Just look at it again, my brother. That honestly, I cannot do beyond what I've done because the document is here. Let the honorable member just go through the document. How do we link the CS threatened? How did the CS threaten? We saw videos here. Who is a crook? A crook is a person who does not respect the law. When someone calls you the crook today, it means he's trying to frame you so that anything else happening to you that is a crook. That is a threat. That is a threat. Coming from a minister on a national television. We saw it here. So, honorable member who said the threat, where was the threat? And the member who was threatened appeared before a committee of the House. Apart from what we saw here, he said it. In its
The head of public service, sir, thank you. I request you to come because you are the custodian of all. So kindly, let's move a little bit. The scribes, let's move a little bit. Move it up. Then let public service be at the middle. And wait a little bit. Hiyo picha, Madam Susan, kuja upande tafadhali. Nakuomba ndio wakaribiane. Hapo. Basi. Hiyo ndio picha ya gazeti hapa. Let's clap for them. Makofi, makofi, makofi.
As I said, as I said, the threshold of a crime is a crime, Madam Chair. Some guy, the former Deputy Chief Justice poked someone's nose. That was a crime. She went home because there were serious reasons to believe that a crime was created, a crime was committed. Are there reasons, serious reasons to believe? Yes. All these reasons that we've been listing here since morning, there are serious reasons to believe that the minister committed a crime. And all of them linked to the minister. The minister himself was saying, we did this, we did this. At that point, it is we. But now when things get hot, you throw the ball to National Cereals and Produce Board. Those innocent Kenyans, honestly, constitutionally, who do not have any mandate in this case, in this matter. Why was a committee created? Why was a committee created? Because perhaps in a board, the minister may not have achieved what he wanted. So a board was created, a committee was created because it is easy to manage interests. Thank you.
Honorable member, sorry.
Yeah. While you're there, so that you don't sit down, there is a question which has been disturbing you between member for Tharaka, Dr. Hamenwa, and yourself, so that we put it clean. If you have this document brought in by the CS, please pick a copy which is paginated so that we can move first. Paginated, and just look at page 6. Are you at page 6?
Yes.
Type boldly there. There is E, okay? You see E.
Yes, yes, yes.
It begins, of course, from over the other side, 6. As I understand it, this is brought by the CS to state what the roles and duties of a minister are. Can you read what is in E?
Thank you, Honorable Member. E says, the minister is supposed to appoint board members of public institutions falling under the ministry and the state departments in consultation with the executive office of the president in accordance with their respective enabling statutes.
Do you consider this as admission of the fact that the minister knows that his duty is to appoint board members of the board?
Yes, I do, and it's clear.
All right, now going back to the act.
Excuse me, Chair. Chair.
Going back to the act.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Chair. Why I'm not... thank you, Chair. I have to admit that I'm not a lawyer, but I think my colleague TJ seems to be like cross-examining or examining the witness instead of asking questions. Chair, can you please enlighten me on that? He seems to be examining.
Well,
Order, please. We know very well that this time is for the members to do any clarification, and we said that we can ask 2 questions within 2 minutes. And in the same manner, Honorable Wamboka, in your response, please limit yourself so that we can be able to cover as many questions as possible. You are debating. I think you are a good debater. You are trying to bring parliament here. Please limit yourself so that at least the members can get the response to their questions. Again, Honorable Malulu, the question he asked is, in regards to the letter that the PS wrote, if the PS is invited, what additional evidence do we expect from him appearing before us? And that question, I think you have not answered, if I'm right. And
team for really being patient, working very hard during negotiations, and ensuring that whatever was that a contestation was finally agreed. And I want to thank also KMPDU for climbing down. And now we have a document that has been signed formally, a document that will be deposited in court so that we as Kenyans will start again enjoying health services as provided by the doctors. I want to, as I'm ending my opening remarks, I want to request the union perhaps to start by calling off the strike officially, because I know Kenyans are waiting with a bated breath. Karibu can be you. And we are making very, very short speeches because we want to rush to court. Karibuni.
Stand up. Are you going to stand up?
Where did you say that thing? Where did you say that thing?
Okay, now let's hear from the SG, who is the spokesperson of the doctors.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think today marks 7 years and 56 days since the government has been on strike. But we are happy that they called off their strike here 5 days ago, and this led us to have a well-structured negotiation that was having a process of give and take. So yesterday, we had a negotiation with the Council of Governors, and then we proceeded to have a whole night negotiation with the Ministry of Health. So I want to thank the head of public service for having complied to the court orders, because court orders are not given in vain. And that led to the meetings that we had. I also want to thank the Council of Governors, headed by the chair Ano Iguru, and the chair Health Committee, Governor Mudomi, and the chair Labour Committee, Kahiga, who have met us on several occasions. Sometimes they throw tantrums, but they still believe that we have to sit down and resolve the issues. I also want to thank the Ministry of Health, the CS, with the PSs, who despite the heated moments have not given up on having discussions onto these issues. I also want to thank the able leadership of KMPDU, who believe in one thing, that justice must be done and must be done now. Yes. And so from the document that we had a very long meeting today with our National Advisory Council, that is the highest decision-making organ. And they endorsed that we signed this particular return to work formula today, so that it can pave way for the doctors to resume work within 24 hours from now. And that means a strike that began on 13th of March 2024 has been called off. The government has insisted to us that there are different government and there are different persons in office, that we need to believe in them, that they are not conmen. And therefore we have decided that despite having said and stated that we do not go home with promissory notes, we have decided to take the promise for the last time. But as we take this, I must say that one of the fundamental issues, that is the matter of doctor interns, is still pending. This matter was filed in court in Eldoret. This matter has been part of the conversations. And we could not come to an opinion, was for the opinion that the doctor intern must be posted immediately as per the CBA. While the government was for the opinion that we have to await for the court litigation that is ongoing in Eldoret before we come to an agreement. But there we have a joint caveat that as that is going on, all the doctor interns, that is the medical officer interns, the pharmacist interns, and the dentist interns will have to wait a little bit longer. We have agreed on a 60 days period that they will not be posted, but we'll be having conversations on this issue. It then means that as this matter in court is ongoing, we'll also be having conversation. But one thing we must assure everybody, every doctor and every person, that the rights of workers as enshrined in a collective bargaining agreement that is signed, that is sacrosanct, we will always endeavor to protect that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is a very excellent speech. Now we turn to the Chair of the Council of Governors. Please, you can help me move the mics. The Chair of the Council of Governors, Madam Anne Miguru, the Governor of the United.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Council of Governors, I would like to say how pleased we are and relieved that finally we have come to the end of this strike. It's been a long journey, many nights, many days of negotiation, and if we were in a boardroom, I would have said point of order, because I don't think the governors were throwing any tantrums. But in the process of negotiation, there is give and take, and there is that which can be done and that which can't be done. Most of the issues that had been raised for the Council of Governors had been agreed upon a lot earlier. And in the process of harmonization and the issues that kept emerging, it took a little longer. But we are saying today is a great day because we have come to the end of this issue, and we would like to thank the union also for coming this far and working seamlessly with county governments and agreeing on all the issues that were raised and the responses and the timelines that we've given, and therefore also calling the strike off. So on behalf of my colleagues, we want to say thank you, and thank you also to the head of public service, who for the whole journey has been steering the moderation between the two parties and also for the national government. So we thank you. We would also like to note that we will be continuing with the process of dialogue and negotiation with the other outstanding institutions that we haven't yet settled, because the commitment of the Council of Governors is to ensure that we're providing seamless service delivery to the people that elected us. Thank you once again, and thank you for making the time to be here.
Makofi. Now let me call upon the Cabinet Secretary for help to make her remarks. So the chair help.
I'll move for you when I finish, because they don't have to move. Thank you very much, the government spokesperson. I want to support the remarks that have been made by our chair. On behalf of the Council of Governors, we are
grateful also to all the parties involved, HOPES and CS Health, the KMPDU, and everyone else who was involved in these negotiations. We have burnt midnight oil and we have worked overtime. Some of us have not been to our counties for a very long time, and I hope our constituents know where we've been. It's for the greater good for the country. And now we are happy that we can now be able to go back to our counties and be able to see the implementation also being discussed today. It is easy to put a signature on the paper. It is easy for KMPDU to just pick the mic and say we have called off a strike. But the real work begins now. The implementation of what we have agreed upon is the beginning of the journey to make sure that we never have any more of this and call for disagreements that lead to strike. For the beginning, we have their need for the health for people of Kenya because of the floods. Cholera has just struck in some parts of the country, and therefore what the KMPDU SG has said that the doctors can go back within 24 hours, and the 24 hours should begin now. SG called for duty. Health cannot wait. We'd even wish they can go back in the next few minutes because we really want our health to be back on track. On our behalf, we will continue engaging, as our chair said, with the remaining unions, that is Kenyan National Union of clinic officers. We had agreed to meet them on Tuesday. We'll meet them, but we are hoping that because they've seen the goodwill that we have and we mean good for them, they also can go back to work, and we'll continue negotiating as they work because we are available.